So for somebody who's thinking about this co-living idea for a existing house that they have, where would you suggest they start? What would be their first couple steps?
I would say layout is very important. Like in Atlanta, I like ranch style because it's easier to put up walls. If there's a basement, super. We can finish that basement, add square footage, add more rooms, more bathrooms, because bathrooms are the first ones to go when people are booking. And make sure that you have, if there's a dining area, you have two ways of egress, like you have a window and a door, and it flows, right? We want to make sure that it flows. If there's some dining rooms that are too small, usually for a pad split, they requires 7 by 10, so it's not that big, right? And make sure that you can do at least the way that I see my homes, and when I help other investors, make sure that you have at least 1,500 square footage to 17, but make sure it's a ranch. So you can go from 3 to 2 to 7 at least. I would not do anything less than 7. So I'm always looking for 15, 17. Nowadays I'm doing larger rooms, so I'm looking for basements with a ranch in a basement. Those are perfect because it's easy. My crews are done in 2 months. We build the rooms downstairs, more bathrooms, and then upstairs we just get the distressed property, we rehab it, and then we do a cash out refi, pay the loans, and then we do the conversion. That's my fixed to split method. So you force appreciation, so you have less money to the deal. My cash on cash is usually 30% and up. So it's easy to attract private capital, right? When I'm going out there looking for people to be my private money lenders, if I show my pitch deck and they see, and I explain them the numbers, they're like, wow, this is good. And we're doing something, we're solving a problem. We're not Airbnb. Not that I'm saying Airbnb is great. I still have one in Atlanta. But they're not really solving a problem. Co-living, we are solving a problem. We're offering clean, beautiful home, quiet places for individuals. Sometimes they're going through changes in their lives or anything they're going through, and offering them a great place.
So I'm curious what management looks like for something like this, because it's definitely more intensive than a single family home, but probably not as heavy as a short-term rental. So talk me through what managing a property like this is like.
So there's a lot of work up front until you get the house filled. That's the time that we know when it goes live, we know it's going to be a lot of work, because we need to make sure that we screen everybody, and sometimes we deny if it's not going to go, if their background check wasn't that great. And if they're not getting back with us, we know the communication is not going to be that good. So because they have 24 hours, we have 24 hours to accept. But if we start a conversation, they don't communicate back, we deny them for lack of communication. So we are making sure that whomever we bring to that house are going to stay there. Like if there's a commitment for that's 12 weeks, we love those. When we're on the phone, have a conversation with them. How long are you staying? We read the reviews, see how often they go from one home to the next. If they are staying there, if there's bad reviews. So we go over all of that screening. That's the hardest part. But once we put them inside the house, and they understand the culture, it's very hard that they're gonna move out.
So is this like
so there's a lot of work up front.
So on the difference in the short term and the long term, are they going to see the room they're going to stay in, or it's like Airbnb and you don't see it before you get there? So there's no showings.
The pictures
you skip
are there.
all that part.
Yeah.
So in reality, if you get to skip the showings and things like that, it might not be any more time consuming on the front end than a long term rental would.
Yeah. And a lot of those things, like if you hire VA, they can start a process with you. We get on the phone with them, but they can do all of the back stuff and make sure that everything communicates. If there's a problem with if they need any kind of repairs, they communicate with the handyman. So if you create systems and if you want it to scale, it's not that hard.